Celebrations broke out on the streets of Idlib, Syria last month after the death of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah in Lebanon. They are chanting, "Hassan Nasrallah, go to hell." Nasrallah was killed by Israel, which is widely considered an enemy here in Syria. But here in the last part of Syria held by rebel forces, Hezbollah, an ally of the government of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, is also considered an enemy. Idlib is home to millions of displaced people from the Syrian war, which has killed more than 350,000 civilians since 2011. And bombs still rain down in the area, even as much of the world has forgotten about the war. The most notable supporters of government forces are Russia, Iran, and Hezbollah, often referred to as the Shiite militias among families here.
We were forced to flee because of airstrikes and artillery bombing and the invasion of the regime and the Shiite militias on our villages.
In Gaza, the Ministry of Health says more than 43,000 civilians have been killed since Hamas attacked Israel in October 2023, killing 1,200 people and kidnapping hundreds of others. Humanitarian workers in northwest Syria say the war between Hamas and Israel has raised complex feelings because of the widespread and passionate support for Palestinians in the conflict.
We have very contradictory emotions. We are happy for the killing of villains who killed Syrian people and destroyed Syria. But it was Israel who killed them and also killed our brothers in Palestine.
By our brothers, she means fellow Arabs, Muslims, and civilian victims of international wars. Leaders of the rebel group holding most of Idlib say fighting continues with Hezbollah in Syria, even as Hezbollah forces fight Israel.
We are enemies with Hezbollah, and this will never end. Since the last campaign on northwestern Syria, we have been working to expel the occupiers, including Hezbollah, Iran, and Russia.
And as the situation in Lebanon deteriorates, with 1.2 million people displaced and more than 1,500 dead, the humanitarian crisis in Syria also gets worse each year. Aid has dwindled to almost nothing, and personal resources are long gone.
The people here live in tents. In the summer, it feels like we are on fire, and in the winter, we feel like we are drowning.
Despite their suffering, he says, families here grieve for the lives and dreams lost in Gaza. If he could, he says, he would support them with his blood. With Moawia Atrash in Idlib, Syria, Heather Murdock, VOA News, Istanbul.